Hi everyone, this is Star Channel Tarot. Tarot has no gender. This is a general reading. Please use your intuition, take what's yours and leave the rest. I don't pull on toxic exes. Readings are timeless. The energy can be flipped. If it's not you, it could be your person. If you want to book a reading with me, shoot me an email at starchanneltarot@gmail.com. That's starchanneltarot@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, set your notifications, hype the video so other people can know when we're on or when there's new content. And last but not least, thank you for your tips and your donations. I know you guys work really hard for your money, and I'm extremely grateful. Okay. This deck, I haven't used in a long time, and it fell. So that's a sign to me. Okay, it looks like your person is healing themselves. They're really taking the time to figure themselves out. We have two, honoring yourself. Mystical, creative force, and honoring themselves and opening their arms. They want to have some kind of union, opening their arms. They want to forget whatever injuries have happened. They want to let things go. They want to be happy again. They want to serendipity, merging with the flow. Tell me more. Anything for euphoria? This person has been healing. They see you as their dream come true. So that force has made them heal. Communing with source. This person could be going to therapy. They could be speaking to somebody. They're doing healing work because they want to make the relationship tangible. Tell me about this. They want to have union. They want to come together. They want to forget the past. Serendipity, again. They want to go with the flow. They want to give into fate. So they're seeing you as a fated relationship. Tell me about this. What is honoring their mystical creative force? I mean, they're communing with source. Oh. They're embracing they're healing, embracing oneness with the universe. Healing the mystical. They're alone right now. If you doubted this, they are single, but they're going through healing. They're alone, they're going through healing. Because they want to come back together because they feel like your relationship is fated. They're healing. They're healing. They want this union to be reality. Okay. Let me do one more. Anything else, or is that it? Any other information we need? This person is learning compassion. And they're healing. They're burning away the past. They're healing their past. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? They're burning away the past. Whatever has been holding them back, they're burning it away. Hold on. I was going to use this deck, but my witch deck fell down. So I'm going to use both of them. These two decks fell down together. Is there anything we need to know here, please? your person is being assisted on this, right, by source. Okay, why is this here? I feel like your person is being protected because we have charms and the talisman. So the talisman is used for protection. This person is being guided, and we have 3 cards of protection. There's like, it's candle magic. So there's the intention of protection on them. They're gaining knowledge. They're gaining knowledge about this relationship. There have been secrets, things that you do not know. Anything else? Anything else we need to know, please? Hecate, the underworld. So this person is burning away very difficult things. They're going through, these are the fates with Hecate, which is telling me that this is a fated relationship. The fates were the only ones that were stronger than the gods, remember? The fates were in charge. They could kill a god because even the fates had a timeline for everyone, even the gods. You guys are bound together. Not magic. Your person is having issues communicating with you. This is a binding. Persecution. Why is persecution here, please? Dedication. Tell me more, please. I feel like your person is healing. They could have been in kind of like a victim perspective where it was always people bunching up against them, or, but they've been doing work where they are healing their shadows, because they're going into the underworld. So they're healing dark stuff in themselves. They're burning it away. And they're being serious about this time. They're like, if they were in therapy or they were in healing or whatever they did before, like if they had to save up money to go somewhere to visit you and then they'd blow the money, or if they would have a therapist for 2 months and then they'd quit the therapist. That's not what's happening this time. This time, I'm translating it so you guys can understand how the energy can be like whatever the third party interference was between you guys, right? It's not the same this time. They're being different. They're actually focusing, and they're focusing on their healing. They're dedicated to their healing because they're tired of feeling like crap. So they're finally going into their darkness to heal because they know that you guys are bound together. Anything else? Can you tell us anything else? Anything else, please? This energy feels really strong, you guys. Like this is whoever this is for, it's very true. Woof. Wow. I said this energy feels really strong, and the card is intensification. 44. You guys could be seeing 44, 44444, 444. Intensification. Before I said it, I felt it. This card is intensification. So this person's feelings are growing. They want to have a whole new beginning. This is the birth. This is the midwife preparing. They want to have a whole new beginning with you. There could be a spiritual connection between you guys. They could see you as the high priestess. That means that there is a connection between you guys. There is a spiritual connection. So we're talking about a soul contract, which is why they're healing. And they are protected. Pentagram. What was that? I think they're understanding boundaries and how to figure things out. Okay, one more please. Last one. I saw this card like 3 times while I was shuffling, and I was like, should I take it out? And I thought, no, I'm not, because I feel like sometimes I shouldn't do that, because when they're showing me the cards, it's like, hello, you're seeing it for a reason. Like, we're showing you. And I was like, no, hear me in the 3D in my ego. Well, no, because when you do stuff like this, when you believe in energy, you just kind of have to let it go and believe. And I can catch myself, like, I doubted myself. Like, no, this card is not going to be it. It's going to be the, like if it pops up. And it popped up. Okay. The old ones, honoring. So this person is doing karmic healing. I feel like your person's doing karmic healing. Are you doing karmic healing? If you are, and you're a twin, or you have a soulmate, an old soulmate union, a higher level soulmate union, that could be this as well. This person is manifesting you. They could even be doing spells to bring you back in. This person is manifesting you. And they're doing healing work. This person is doing spell work. Confirmation. You guys are protected. They're gaining a lot of knowledge. This is crazy. I didn't even know these spell work. Like when I have spell works come out in a reading, this is not a deck that I use for spell work. For energy-wise, I'm speaking. So I didn't even know this was there's another card that, like when you become a reader, there are certain energies that you feel associated with a deck. Your person is really trying to manifest you. Let me use my deck. I haven't used this in a long time. Hold on. I'm going to use my 3D deck. My Divine Energy deck. So it's like blowing me away. Dude, as I said it, magic. Protection. Your guys' relationship is protected. This person is doing some kind of, okay, if they don't know that they're doing, some people don't understand manifestation, spell casting, that's a repetition of an energy. So even if you're obsessive about something, you can manifest that something being obsessive. So what do I mean that? Like even obsession is a root energy. So can you manifest through obsession? Yes, you can. But the problem is with manifestation through obsession or like some people say, like become delusional. You can manifest through delusion. Can you manifest through delusion? Absolutely. Can you manifest through obsession? Absolutely. You can manifest through these both energies. The problem is when you manifest through isolated energies, then you don't grow. You get an isolated energy, and eventually whatever were your triggers before or your person's triggers before, those energies repeat, because you have to learn both the positive and the negative of each energy, of each level. So that means you have to both integrate the negative experiences and the positive experience so that you can grow. And when you heal your root chakra, ding then it goes up and you go into your sacral. And you have, when you're at your sacral, you have to heal your positive and your negative energies. Nobody is freaking, love and light is BS. Okay? You guys have to figure out the harsh darkness that you have, because we all have it, and you have to figure out the good stuff in you too. Because it's like, it's a thermometer. If I hate cold weather, but if I had my thermometer broken where it wouldn't even register the cold weather, and I kept it like at the warm weather just because I enjoy warm weather and I only want to see my thermometer at 80 degrees, then I've broken a whole sensation where it gets cold. So one day it will get cold, and I'm not going to be able to recognize what cold is. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make metaphors here for you. You have to experience it. And that's what the problem is over here when people block their third eye. Can you manifest through delusion? Yes. But the problem is you're not accepting the whole beautiful spectrum that exists. And the whole beautiful spectrum that exists, that we come into this planet, is to learn through contrast, to attune, so that you can understand your intuition. And as you go through your root, you'll go to your sacral, you'll go to your solar plexus. Ding, 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 ding. Freaking open up the most beautiful ray of light coming through you. And you're going to be healing. And I cannot believe these cards are totally coming out the same. I'm blown away, you guys. Wow, this is a really strong reading. I can feel the channeling energy right now. These decks I have not used in a long time. I think I haven't used these decks in years. And this one fell out first, and then this one fell. And it's confirming what I'm saying. Anything else, please? Divine union. This person is healing for divine union. This person is healing their heart chakra. Damn. Yo. I wish I had wish I had done this live. Yep, your person is going through an awakening, DNA upgrade. That's one of my awakening cards. Divine masculine underneath. Oh my God, divine masculine, divine feminine. Their first house. So they're working on their first house. So they're working on themselves, on how they see themselves, how people's perception affects them. Like, also think about the negatives of this. So if they were too dependent, if they had an external locus of identity, which means they focus on other people's perceptions for validation. You know, everybody knows these people. If you can't be yourself, genuinely be yourself, and not have to people please, or if you're not embarrassed, like, if you want to go outside, like, really, whatever you want to wear, be who you are. Be proud to be who you are, always. This person has not been there. They're healing that for the divine feminine, divine masculine. Damn. You've got divine union, heart chakra. You guys are protected, and this is a high level, magically protected union. Wow, this is a very strong reading. I hope it reaches the people that it needs to reach, man. This is beautiful. I love you guys. Let me know when it happens.